And thank you for joining Paper Crafting with Tracy. Today I'm going to show you the Paper Pumpkin Kit Sweet Sunflowers from August 2022 and all the alternatives. And you can see the box gave quite a hint as to what it was about. Quite a colorful box this time. So inside we have our instruction sheet, and this time the kit was for 9 different cards. There's 3 different designs. And so you make 3 of each. And then, of course, on the back tells what's included in the kit, as well as showed a couple alternatives. This time we got 2 stamp spots. We got crushed curry and soft suede. Of course, all our different adhesives. It came with some mini dimensionals, some regular dimensionals, and then just these little, they're like little glue dots adhesives. The stamp set, okay, you can see that it's sunflowers, some leaves, and then some phrases, and then there's a couple of bees in there as well. Bunch of different dies. I have a little bit left over, hardly anything. This one was actually just yellow, and then you use the sunflower stamp. And then there was some vellum honeycomb. You can see I used up almost all the dies in here. There's just a few bees left over. Okay, there was also this as a almost as a card base. And then as a bonus this time, there was some of these gold honeycomb. And you'll see I used them up in a variety of ways. Okay, but it came with 8 of them, so I did use some. Okay, came with card bases that were colored on both sides, so you could have actually used both sides for it. And you'll see that I did, but I did split them up. And then the envelopes are quite colorful. Okay. And they're all the same. So the 3 that the instructions are for is this one here. Wishing you so much happiness. And this for a one-of-a-kind friend. And you'll see that a lot of them have the bees on them. And here's some of my alternatives. So this was just using the back of one of the card bases. And then I just added some bees and just a simple stamp. And then I put some extra flowers in there just for a little bit more color. And actually I used the card base. That's what I added to this of the Mossy Meadow. This one was also using Mossy Meadow as a card base. And again, just that was actually this is the front part of the card base that I split in 2. And just added some of the dies. And that was it. Just keeping it nice and simple. Here's one that I did using some of that gold honeycomb, as well as I just cut down this piece of cardstock that came in. And this one here, again, using the gold honeycomb, but this time I cut out the center, and then I just used some stamps. And again, used a bit of vellum of the honeycomb and just cutting up some of the card base and using that. And actually this one here was the front of this card base was the back. So again, 2 different cards using the same card base that I split up. Okay, using some of the sunflowers. This was just using a variety of dies. And you can see the gold that I used, and then this was what I had cut it out of. And again, just on that that card base. So I managed to get 10 cards so far out of this kit, and I still had a little bit left over that I could still make 2 or 3 more with the materials that I had left over. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Paper Crafting with Tracy. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and happy stamping!